Hey there and welcome. Today, we're going to talk about a study technique that is an absolute game changer and how you as a parent can be the ultimate coach for your child. We're going to give you the perfect game plan to help guide them from feeling totally overwhelmed to feeling super confident. So let's dive right in. You've seen it, right? That look on your child's face when they're just staring at a mountain of textbooks and notes, completely swamped. It's that feeling of just drowning in a sea of information before a big test. It's a tough spot to be in.
And, let's be real, textbooks are meant to be detailed. They are jam-packed with info, which is awesome when you're first learning something. But when it's time to actually study and remember it all, that same detail can feel like trying to drink from a fire hose. It's too much.
Okay, but imagine this. What if they could take all that dense, complicated information from a whole chapter and shrink it down, distill it onto one single, easy-to-handle page? I know it sounds kind of like magic, but it's not. It's a strategy, and that's exactly what we're going to break down today. So welcome to the one-page game plan. The core strategy here is a really simple idea called reduce. It's all about making studying less stressful, more manageable, and way more effective. Now, here's the key thing to get. This isn't about cutting corners or, skipping information. It's actually the opposite. It's about focusing in on what really matters, the big ideas, the core concepts, and making them pop. It's the classic work smarter, not harder. And this just shows you the transformation perfectly. I mean, look at that. On the left, you've got your typical wall of text from a book. But on the right, that's the result of this method. It's clear, it's visual, it's organized. You're literally going from chaos to clarity. That's the whole point. So how do you even start? Well, the first play in our game plan is all about finding the right keys to unlock all that information. And we're talking about keywords. Just think of keywords as these powerful little memory triggers. They're just one word or maybe a short phrase that when you see it, it's like a spark. It unlocks a whole bunch of bigger ideas and details in your brain. Honestly, they're the secret weapon for acing a test. Okay, now this is where you come in as the coach. Instead of telling them what the keywords are, you guide them. Sit down with them, point to a paragraph, and just ask, hey, if you could only pick, say, 2 or 3 words to help you remember this whole idea, what would they be? See, you're not doing it for them, you're teaching them how to do it. All right, so once they've got those awesome keywords pulled out, the next step is to build that powerful summary page. This is where the magic really starts to take shape. And a super effective way to do this is with the 3-column method. It's so simple. Just guide your child to take a blank page and draw 2 lines down to make 3 columns. That first big column, that's for their normal notes from class. Then later, at home, they go through those notes and pull out the key words for that second column. And finally, in the 3rd column, they make a simple drawing or a little symbol to represent the whole idea. It's a full system all in one place. And here's a pro tip. Make it a game. Turn it into a fun activity you can do together. Call it the one-page challenge. You can literally say, all right, you've got this whole big section on ancient Rome. Let's do the one-page challenge. Think we can get all the important stuff onto this one sheet? It totally changes the vibe from a chore to a cool puzzle. And that brings us to the last part of this process, which is often the most fun. It's time to bring these ideas to life. Let's talk about the power of drawing to remember. First thing you need to tell your child is relax. This is not art class. You absolutely 100% do not need to be an artist. In fact, simple little doodles, stick figures, arrows, those are the most powerful memory tools because they're quick and easy to remember. It is all about the idea, not about creating a masterpiece. So why does this work so well? Well, it's all about how our brains are wired. First off, our brains are visual. We remember pictures way better and for way longer than we remember words. Second, when you draw something, you're actively learning. You're forcing your brain to process it in a totally different way. And third, a simple picture can take a super complex idea and make it instantly understandable. It's pretty amazing. So encourage them to just play around with it. They could use simple icons, like a light bulb for an idea, or mind maps to see how everything connects. Flowcharts are perfect for science stuff. They could even draw little cartoons to tell the story of a historical event. The sky's the limit here. And the best part is, this method isn't just for one subject. It is so versatile. For biology, they could sketch a cell and label it. For history, draw a timeline with little symbols. Heck, even for vocabulary words, they can draw a tiny picture next to the word to lock in its meaning.
It works for everything. So here's another great coaching moment for you. Encourage their creativity. Ask questions like, hey, what if you used a different color for each main topic? Or how could you draw some arrows here to show how these things are related? You're just guiding them to figure out what visual tricks work best for their brain.
Okay, so let's bring this all home. Because this whole process, it's about so much more than just making better notes. It's about shifting your role from being a homework helper to becoming a thinking coach.
And this right here, this is the real payoff. When a kid successfully takes a huge, scary chapter and shrinks it down to one clear page, something incredible happens. That feeling of being totally overwhelmed just evaporates. And it's replaced by a sense of control, of clarity, and most importantly, real, genuine confidence in their own ability to learn. So remember, guiding them through this one-page challenge might feel like a small thing, but what you're really doing is so much bigger than just helping with tonight's homework. You are handing them a tool that will help them become confident, independent thinkers for the rest of their lives. So, I'll just leave you with this question. After hearing all this, what's the very first topic, that first chapter, that you and your child are going to take on together with the one-page challenge? Give it a shot this week. You might be absolutely blown away by the results.